Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and it's time for the Christmas countdown of December 2022, and we are on number 14 of our top 25 wrestlers, top 25 favourite wrestlers of the Grand Cat. And number 14, we are going with someone huge, someone really big in the industry. I am talking about a literal giant. It is Andre the Giant, yes. Now, Andre the Giant's most prolific match, I think, was probably WrestleMania 3 with the slam heard around the world, which is Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. But by this time, poor Andre's health had already started decreasing because of his gigantism, the andromegalo. Ah, my goodness, I've forgotten what the giantism is. Actual giantism and andromegaly is two separate things. But regardless, more the reason that Andre is so high up on the list is not for how he's perceived after WrestleMania 3 right here, where his health was just deteriorating as as there wasn't the procedures for it back then as what there is today to give him the help that he could have had. It was more for what he had done before wrestling, and the fact that wrestling wouldn't be where it was if it hadn't been for the big man. And I mean, more in terms of how good a wrestler he was or how good in the mic he was. It was the presence. It was the icon of the giant, that he would go to all of these different indie circuits, working for New York for Vince McMahon Sr. And, he would be a huge, huge draw where he'd be put against, like 3, 4, 5 guys. And I remember WWF saying that he hadn't been beaten in over 20 years. Lies. Sheer lies. He did let himself get beat a couple of times. He was also obviously played a huge part in Japan. He loved Japan. He loved the respect that they had there, and he also did the thing with the giant machine as part of his little team of masked wrestlers. But yeah, if it hadn't been for the work that people like Andre the Giant and even before that, Bruno Sammartino had done before wrestling really got televised in the Hogan age, then we wouldn't have wrestling as what it is today. And to have such a huge icon of the business, arguably the most important icon in the business, short of possibly Bruno Sammartino or possibly Hulk Hogan for bringing it to television. He was the guy when Vince McMahon started taking over pay-per-views. But before that, Andre was the guy. He was the giant, and for that, you've just got to have a lot of respect for him. You can see some videos of him online when he was younger. You can even see some matches between a face Andre and a heel Hulk Hogan. I don't think it was WWF. I don't think it was even WWF. I think it was something else. But I remember the venue being outside, and you can see heel Hogan actually slamming Andre back then, long before WrestleMania 1. And that's actually a better match, that one, than what you got later on by the times of, WrestleMania 3 and such. By the time that WrestleMania had started, even by WrestleMania 1, Andre wasn't as mobile as what he had been in his younger days. So it's difficult to find what you would call a good match because he is a classic wrestler, and classic wrestling doesn't really hold up to today's standards. You're not going to see Andre the Giant do a moonsault or anything like that. But English wasn't his first language. He did speak English perfectly fine, but he always had that thick French accent, behind his voice. So But no, he could also like come away with some great promos. He had some great runs with people like Jake the Snake Roberts. Apparently, he hated Macho Man Randy Savage. There was a whole gimmick storyline where Andre was scared of snakes, and that was even one of the ways that Andre was eliminated from the Royal Rumble, because Jake the Snake had been eliminated and then he came back out with Snake, threw it in the ring, and Andre ran and jumped over the top rope and eliminated himself. So he could do a lot of entertainment as well. But I mean, huge icon of the industry, Andre the Giant, not just for WrestleMania 3, but more for everything that he did before WrestleMania 3. But I mean, he wasn't even sure that he could wrestle WrestleMania 3, and he had to wear a back brace, which is when he first started wearing the shoulder strap. Anytime that you see him without the shoulder strap is a younger Andre. Back when, well, I mean, there was a point where he had his big afro as well, the giant afro. But I think all of these are more the typical kind of Andre that you know from television, from the WWF times. But there we are. Big Man is coming in at number 14 for everything that he did for the business. So that is going to be it for this video, folks. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like, share and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these videos go up. And let me know what your number 14 of your top 25 would be in the comment section. I'm always interested to see that. But that's going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.